Greetings, adventurers, and welcome back to Abnormal Voyages. My name is David, and today we find ourselves in Adena, Minnesota. Now, it looks like the holiday shopping season is officially upon us. We decided what better way to celebrate this time of consumerism than to visit here, the Southdale Center, which happens to be the world's first modern indoor mall. All those classic mall tropes you know and love started right here. However, Minnesota is also known for a very famous other mall. But we'll get to that in a little bit. First, let's check out what has become of this very first one. Come tag along.
We're going to a place that you've never heard of before. It's Abnormal Voyages. You're gonna learn something new. We're gonna open new doors. It's Abnormal Voyages.
The Southdale Center opened in 1956. And as mentioned, it was the first fully enclosed and climate-controlled shopping mall in the entire country. They've of course remodeled a few times and kept things up to date, so it's still a very modern shopping mall. It just happens to have been here for quite a long time. It has 2 stories filled with plenty of stores. There's a movie theater, a food court, pretty much everything that you could want from a mall. Like most shopping centers, they do usually hit their peak of activity during the holiday shopping season. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room. Malls have been a cornerstone of culture. There's tons of great things that have come from them, movies based on it, but they're dying out. It's not what it used to be. There's no longer the world of the mall rats. However, there is one mall that happens to still be thriving, thanks to their innovation and desire to push mall culture forward. We're now gonna head to the Mall of America. And just like that, here we are now in Bloomington, Minnesota, at the one and only Mall of America. And I gotta tell you, there is a lot to see. Let's get started. When they say shopping can be an experience, they must be talking about the Mall of America, because this place is crazy. There are so many different types of stores, it would take several days to really see it all. But we're gonna show you some of our favorite highlights. There is a ton of specialty stores here at the Mall of America. One of them is right here behind me. This is M&M World. There are less than 10 of these in the entire world, and everything inside is dedicated to that delicious candy. You know we gotta try some out. Before you even walk inside, just seeing the outside of this store is a real treat. There's lots of M&M characters all over the place. The screens change out with different characters, and then you got the friendly M candy colors popping out at you. And then once you walk inside, there is no doubt that this is a love letter to M&Ms. M&Ms, out of all candies in the world, probably have one of the most recognizable cast of mascots. So in this section, you can pick your favorite M&M color because they all have very unique personalities, and whoever you relate to the most, you can grab stuff to be just like them. Now, I don't know about you, but personally, I have always related the most to the red M&M. And then once you've decided which color you want, you can grab t-shirts, pillows, cups, socks, journals, everything with that character and color. And it's just a given that you have to pick up some actual M&Ms. So you can grab these pre-sorted jars here that have your selected color on top, and then the colors inside are kind of influenced by that main primary color. You're also going to see giant life-size statues of the M&M mascots, as well as this wall here that I loved. It shows the evolution of these mascots throughout the years, all the different artistic takes on them. I thought this was really cool. A lot of these I had never even seen before, so it's nice that they're not letting their history be forgotten. They're showing you the different ways they looked. 95 is kind of where we got what we're used to today, with the red, yellow, and everybody else along for the ride. Now, they like to do some specialty stuff here, so there's going to be a lot of Minnesota-specific features in the store. I love these bags. It's all the M&M characters hanging out in Minnesota, you know, doing a little bit of ice fishing there. And then a whole table that you can pick up some souvenirs that are specifically for only this M&M's world here in Minnesota. So if you visit them all, you can make sure you grab yourself a little something special at each one to show that you were there. But of the specialty Minnesota things, I really liked this. It's a nice mural here, and of course, this picture is completely made out of M&Ms. That's right, the artist put all the different colored ones together to form a nice Minnesota picture. But then you can head upstairs, that's right, there is 2 stories, to check out the famous chocolate wall. Even riding the escalator up is really fun. They've got these M&M lights hanging up in the air. These were very cool. I'm sure if they sold these, tons of people would buy them. But once you get to the top, you have this massive wall of all the different types of M&Ms that they make. All different flavors and then sorted into the different colors. So you can make sure to get exactly what you want. And if for some reason what you want doesn't happen to be on this huge wall, well, they've still got you covered. You can go to the Design Your Own M&M station. That's right, you can make your own custom M&M candies. After you've picked what you want, they pour the candy colors that you select in here, you push the big printer button, and then the machine gets to work creating your candy. And just a few minutes later, all your tasty goodies begin to pour right back out of the machine. They're going to go into this big jug here. Once they've gathered all those together, they put them in a nice little souvenir cup. You can actually pick what kind of souvenir thing you'd like to get your candy in to transport them. But once you do that, you can check out the final product of your new candy. And then at the end of the process, you are left with some amazing special edition M&Ms. Let me share these with you. The world's first Abnormal Voyages M&Ms. Got our logo printed right there on top, and man, do they look good. But of course, we gotta test them. So let's see. We'll get one of each color. Oh, drop that one. That's okay. There we go. Amazing M&Ms, and they taste like adventure. I'm sorry, this was so cool, and it still makes me super happy seeing these. Very, very cool idea. After you've explored all of the M&M store, you might be tempted to take a quick nap here, but we still have a lot more to see. We say goodbye to M&M World, but don't worry, I'm sure we'll be at another one before too long. Now, there are other unusual stores, of course. They all have little gimmicks that kind of get you in, like that waterfall there. This one you can actually work out inside. And this Caribou Coffee, it is kind of a regional thing, but I really like the outdoorsy feel of it. The Capital One Cafe, even if you're not with Capital One, you can stop in and have a treat. And then Worker Bee. I love the honeycomb structures that all their products are in here. They really take that theme and run with it. But speaking of themes, now in the middle of the mall is an entire theme park themed to Nickelodeon. But don't worry, we'll get to that in another voyage. For now, I want to show off this awesome store that is right next to the theme park, the Nickelodeon Shop. Inside you're going to find merchandise from all your favorite Nicktoons. Let's check it out. Growing up, I was a big Nickelodeon kid, so I loved seeing this here, but anybody who has any appreciation of the Nicktoon characters is bound to find something they love inside this store. And it's not only the current run of cartoons, it is stretching all the way back. There's little references to plenty of the older, and in my opinion, better cartoons. So definitely check this out if you are ever anywhere near this store. It is well worth your time to come in and get that blast of nostalgia. I mean, you can even get Ren and Stimpy plushies. Isn't that crazy? Plenty of SpongeBob, of course. He is somebody who's been popular throughout the years since his creation. His entire crew, they got plenty of things for them. Awesome socks here. They've got plenty of Christmas stuff ready. I mean, who doesn't want a Patrick Star Christmas stocking, right? Well, there you go, right there. I loved this jersey, this Nickelodeon. It's kind of got the older style of the logo, and then a lot of the classics on the back, like Rocco, Ren and Stimpy, Cat Dog. This place was amazing. Any fans of cartoons, come check it out. And then right outside, one of the coolest climbing walls I've ever seen. Look at these designs. But that's not what we're here for today. Another unique experience here at the Mall of America is in one of our favorite stores, the Lego store. Step inside and you're surely able to build yourself a great time. Now, we've taken you with us to the Lego store at Disney Springs in Orlando, but I gotta say, I think this one outdoes that one. That one was really cool, but this one was just that little bit better. I loved all the different characters outside. Of course, the Disney one, it was a bunch of Disney characters, which was amazing. But here, it's kind of some historical, mythological, until we get over to, like, the guys rappelling out of the helicopter. It was certainly eye-catching all the way around. And then they do have one of their famous dragons. At Disney, it is in the water next to the store. Here, they actually have him peeking over on the ceiling, and then he is wrapped all the way around the store, so very neat. There was actually a line to get in, but you see some cool stuff on the outside, such as this evolution of the Lego logo. I had no idea that it has changed as much as it has, but that leads you up to modern day. And then there's more statues on the ground floor, such as this nice bench here where you can sit and take a picture with your Lego friends. They are all built smiling, happy to see you. And then this little security guy's making sure that everything is going well. So once you step inside, you're greeted by two of my favorites, Mario and Luigi. They're here in their Lego forms, just chilling. And then the sets inside, oh man. I wish I had a shopping spree to this place. Some of these are so cool. I love this little aquarium where you can build all your favorite fish and then not have to worry about feeding them all the time. Little frog. And then, of course, the famous Lego wall. This might actually be better than that big M&M wall. Over here, you can pick out literally any color and type of Lego that's ever been created. Or, if you don't want to pick out all your own, you can grab, like I said, one of these really cool box sets. Now we're going to partake in something really neat. We get to create our own Lego minifigure, and it is going to be specially branded for here, the Mall of America. So now I am designing the minifig. Looking through, originally I was going to make it look like me, but they don't even have my outfit here, so there's no style or class in any of these. Closest we got was that, and that is a little too preppy for me. So we're gonna use my skills of an artiste. Let's go with red. We're gonna try to put the Abnormal Voyages logo on here. Let's try this. So we're going to the painter. Here you're able to actually paint out anything you want. Let's go very small. And best of luck to us. Let's see. We will start, I think, with let's do the jackalope first. Get him right in the middle. So let's try a nice brown. There we go. Now, we're gonna draw him. I'm gonna get a little bigger here. There we go. So, got his head. We'll get a body here for the jackalope. And he's running. Wow, that looks so bad. I love it. And then a little tail. Right, okay. Now we're gonna switch colors a little bit for the antlers to be a little bit, a little lighter. So let me We'll go with these ones. Let's see. All right, so there's our jackalope thus far. We got to give him some eyes, so we'll go smaller, color scheme. Got the eyes there. There we go. Look at that. This is looking fantastic so far. Now we're going to keep it at this, and we're going to do the outer rim of the compass. So that is going to be a nice, let's do a nice gold color for that. It's going to come around like this. And we've got the antlers poking out, so we're going to go back through and make those look a little better, because that looks awful. When we get back to our browns, there we go. Let's make sure that antler, yeah, there we go. That is sticking out nice and perfect there. Now we're going to switch back to black to do the compass lettering and the smallest possible. So we're just going to do, this is the south. We got the east. We got north there, and then west. Looking good so far. At least I can kind of tell what it's supposed to be. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead to the lettering, I think, just to see if that even looks okay. So we are back on the smallest one to write out A, B, N, O, R, M, A, L, and then Voyages down here. So it does say Abnormal Voyages. I think we're going to skip the skeleton hand. I don't think that's going to work out too well here. I feel like it's missing something, though. You know, let's try that. We're going to try the hand real quick. Let's see if that becomes awful or not. Let's get back to the black. And we've got just kind of a... That, I don't know what that was. Hold on. And that's not even black. There we go. Okay. So we've got kind of the thumb here coming around. And you know what? We're just going to be very happy with that right there. At least you can kind of see what it says. So we're going to stick with this. I'm not going to push my luck any further. But I will, just to make it look a little better, we will do a nice pink nose for the jackalope. Right here. Kind of looks like a reindeer. You know what? It's fun. Let's give him a smile. We're gonna... There we go. All right, let's see. There we go. This is gonna be... This is a masterpiece, guys. I might have to auction this off for charity later because it is awesome. So, we can look at decoration. Oh no, we're not getting into that. Are we typing anything? You know what? Let's see. On the back, we could type something. Let's put... like and subscribe. Our little minifigure gets out there and he just really gets it going, you know? He lets the crowds know they need to like and subscribe. It's a red shirt, so we'll do red type on there. And, ooh, fancy fonts. I like that one. That looks awful. That is... There we go. Maybe... There. And you know what? We can even... Let's put some of those decorations on here. What looks like a good YouTube thing? Well, these choices are not... Nothing's jumping out at me here. Let's do... We got like a camera, maybe. That kind of looks like a camera. I think that's a Lego camera. Yeah. Let's say this is the Lego camera. Oh, hold on. We're going to make this small. Put that here. And then one more decoration for up here. Bring back the decoration tab. I guess we could do the computer. There we go. Like and subscribe. All right, so we have designed our minifig, and now we're gonna make him come to life. Here we can actually watch the giant Lego printer meticulously putting our lovely design straight onto the body of the minifigure. Now, while our minifigure is being painted up and printed, we have to find the other pieces of his body. So we come over to here, where you're able to pick out the legs, the accessory for hair, you gotta pick up the actual head itself, and then you're gonna put them all together to make your minifigure. And just like that, we have our new custom minifigure. Unfortunately, there weren't enough pieces that looked like me, so we just went with a really nice little guy ready to go out on journeys. He's got his Abnormal Voyages shirt. He's got still some rockin' facial hair, so that was good. And then his adventurer's hat, so he's ready for whatever adventures might come. Down here it says Abnormal Voyages, and then we flip him over. We've got Mall of America, and then the like and subscribe. So just like that, we have built ourselves a brand new friend. Let's take him with us to see the rest of the mall. At its heart, I think Lego definitely reminds us that the capacity to make masterpieces is inside of us all. Plus, they're pretty fun. What really makes this mall so much fun is you never know what you're gonna see when you turn around the corner. Now, if you're looking for a quick snack and don't want to go to the food court, you can stop by the gas station inside, complete with a pump. Can't beat that. Now we're heading off planet for a little bit to check out Rocket Fizz, a whole place filled with unique items and some really crazy soda flavors. Just to show you exactly what to expect, they put a big bottle of pickled flavored soda right at the entrance. They also do a great job of decorating to their space themed here, so you're gonna see lots of rockets, and oh, Buffalo Bill's hanging out. That's maybe not as good. But like I said, you're gonna see a lot of space decorations, astronauts, things like that. This is also a great place to pick up candy. Here is one of the largest selections of flavors I think I've ever seen when it comes to saltwater taffy. They've got flavors that I did not even know existed. Kind of reminds me how Jelly Belly has so many different jelly bean flavors. Well, they took that same concept and they threw it into taffy here. So definitely take some time to stroll through and pick up something sweet that speaks to you. Try something new. And if you're not in the mood for taffy, they have plenty of other sweet candy goodness just waiting for you. E.T. here's got a whole table full of different snacks. Oh, that guy did not know how to drive properly. That's not good. And then even some nice little balloon decorations with, of course, a rocket on top. But what we're really here for is the sodas. This is a great selection of different flavors. Some of them really good. Some of them, like the mustard soda, not something that I would even touch. But lots of different flavors. You can definitely be adventurous and try something kind of weird, like the buffalo wing sauce ones. Or stick to some classic favorites. You know, they've definitely got your root beers, orange sodas, things like that. Plenty to choose from. Butter soda, I don't even know who looked at butter and was like, you know, I wish I could drink that in soda form. But yeah, definitely a great place to fuel up. All right, we've got a little extra rocket fuel, and we're gonna head back to the mall. And back from the brink of destruction, our good friend Jeffrey has set up here with a genuine Toys R Us. When you see these, you've got to step inside. I'm sure there is not a single person from the 90s that didn't love Toys R Us growing up. This was like the place to go. If your weekend included a trip to Toys R Us, mwah, it was perfect. You can see this awesome wall here that is showing the history of Toys R Us through a nice timeline showing Jeffrey getting his first appearances out there. And as we know, Toys R Us did go out of business for a little bit. They had bankruptcy, they were gone. But that old giraffe managed to put things together and start slowly bringing back this cultural institution, and I am thrilled to see it. I think every kid deserves to be able to spend a day at a Toys R Us, and they are helping make it happen. This is just like the Toys R Us that I remember. Plenty of aisles that are just stuffed with different games, toys, anything you could really want. There's a lot of demonstration pieces, so little ones can even jump on this and go around the track, and then lots of different plushies to hang out with. You can get yourself a Jeffrey to bring home with you, and remember those golden years of Toys R Us. This has been a fantastic stroll down memory lane. Lots of nostalgia in this store, and as always, good catching up with our friend Jeffrey. Hopefully, we'll get to see him in some more places as the future goes on. At the very least, this reminded me that at heart, I am always going to be a Toys R Us kid. But the mall waits for no man. Let's continue on. If you're a sports lover, there was plenty of Minnesota-specific sports stores. We had a hockey shop here, which, me being in Texas, is not something I'm used to seeing, especially not in a mall. And then even a Minnesota Vikings pro shop, so you can stock up on all that purple. It's time to get creative. We are now in front of the Crayola experience, where we're going to dive in to a full world of color. Come on. It definitely shouldn't come as any surprise that the Crayola experience was very, very colorful. As soon as you see these giant markers and crayons outside, I think you know that you are in for a treat. And this place was massive. Honestly, this almost could have been its own voyage with how much is stuffed into this place. You start out by seeing a lot of old Crayola ads and pictures, things from their past. I really like that they decided to put in the current mascots in with some of these older pictures. So you'll see pictures of things that were clearly taken way back in like the 30s, the 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, all through history. And yet there's this really colorful, well, I guess black and white, but this big crayon guy just hanging out, helping out, you know, making all those crayons happen. So I guess this is our way of seeing that these crayon mascots were actually there the whole time. But it's a very fun way to show off their history a little bit. Just bringing in these older pictures, but still making them something fun to look at for people of all ages. And that's what Crayola is all about. Definitely a family-friendly, good for everybody kind of product. Then they do have a classic wall that's going to be a timeline. I liked seeing the bottom here, where you can see how the Crayola packaging changed throughout the years and what it would have looked like to pick up a pack of crayons way back then, all the way up to the modern day. They managed to point out a couple of key things where certain colors were introduced for the first time. They have a Crayola Hall of Fame. So really interesting, great way to show their history. I can't wait to go to the bigger headquarters someday. I'm sure they have things like this, but even larger. But for now, we're going to take a look at what hands-on activities they have here at the Crayola Experience. Now we are at the Wrap It Up station. This is where you get to pick out a color and then name it whatever you want to make your own custom crayon. Now I know we usually go with red to represent Abnormal Voyages, but personally, my favorite color is kind of a toss-up between red and green. So today we're going to show green a little bit of love. We got Screamin' Green here is the color we're going to use. You take one of the tokens and stick it in the machine. Down here is going to come up whatever you would like to name your crayon. So you can do a fun shape if you want to. I feel like we'll be okay without a shape, so let me get back over. But there's a lot of choices, so that's interesting. But we're going to say no shape to get that classic Crayola look. And then we're going to type in abnormal space. We're gonna go back with the uppercase for the V. Voyages. We'll continue there. Now this can be used to make anything you want. So we easily could have done a jackalope brown, Loch Ness monster green, whatever you can think of. But your crayon comes out just like that. And we have our label. So now we're gonna take it over to the next station where we actually wrap it. Now the process is actually very simple. You're gonna take your crayon and place it in the little slot right there. And then you take your new Crayola label. You're gonna peel it off. And then this is gonna go right here underneath your crayon. You gotta make sure everything is nice and centered, otherwise it's not gonna look right. So we got that. Everything is set. We take this and then we slowly drag it over. And let's see. Oh, looks like we have a brand new crayon right there. Abnormal Voyages. Ready to use and color anything you want. And speaking of color, here's just a small example of all the many colors crayons come in. Next, we're gonna check out the melt and mold, because crayons can be used for way more than just this shape. So, we have this open and it looks like we are gonna make a nice little shape here with it. We put the crayon in. Once it's in, we close the door, right? Okay. So it is now closed. Crayon has been inserted. Closed door. We've got some action going on down here. Now, I believe the crayon is gonna be melted. So it's gonna take a lot of heat, of course. And you can see it's slowly being melted into our mold. There it is, filling in every little last crack and crevice. This might be kind of a deep cut, but this reminds me of creepy crawlers you used to be able to get and make at home. All right, it looks like our crayon might be fully dissolved, yeah. So it's gonna get every last little bit of drip in there. And then once that is complete, I believe it is going to go through a rapid process to cool it down. Now it got close to 230 degrees to melt this, so it's definitely very hot right now. That's why they're making it much colder. They're taking it down to 30 degrees now, just to get all that heat off of there and make it nice and firm when it comes out. So there we go. Cooling process, getting it hard. And in just a few moments, we should have our finished product. All right, it's been a couple of minutes and our crayon has cooled down. So let's check out what we've got. We're gonna hit that to unlock it. You can see our mold here. Ah, there we go. Oh, definitely still warm. Let's get that out. And look at that. What was a crayon is now a nice green race car. I don't know where the purple came from, but hey, I'll take it. This is something pretty cool that comes along with your pass into the Crayola experience. You get a little animal, and these are called Scribble Scrubbies. Now it's plain white because of course you get to decorate it yourself. So you could take some markers here and color whatever you want. I'm gonna put a heart on the side here. It's a very loving cat, so. Oh, that turned out terrible. So now it's just kind of a smudge. It was a heart. It was smudged love, I guess. But you can take these and to your heart's content, we'll give it some orange striping on the tail here. This is a very unique cat. Really gets around, has seen a lot of life, you know? So there we go, we got an orange tail on it. And you know what? This cat is very special because it had a very jaded life, so now it is a cat burglar. That is not black, that is, we gotta do a little mask. Let me see if I can find, this is gray, that's good enough. We'll give it a little mask here so nobody can tell who this cat is when she is out at night robbing people. Here we go. All right, look at that. I think her orange tail might give her away, but she's trying her best, and you know what? That's all we can really ask for. So there we go, she's got her mask. She's kind of half raccoon looking. But I think you get the basic idea. You're able to decorate this however you want, get lots of little designs on it. We'll give her some green ears. And before long, you will have yourself a fully colored, fully decorated new friend to take home with you and remember your time here at the Crayola Experience. This is probably my favorite of the different timeline type things. It shows what colors were available in crayons throughout the years, starting with your very basic simple ones, and then as the years went on, showing how those were introduced. And of course, they had to have their own massive wall of color. You can go through here and pack your own crayon package with your favorite colors. And then pick up a couple of colorful little mascot plushies here just to take home with you and color up your own adventures. These guys are very cute. I really like them. Crayola did a great job. But let's grab some food now. Now, yes, you may be saying, you see rainforest cafes all over the place. But this one here at the Mall of America is very special because here is the very first Rainforest Cafe. This is the original one, and this year they happen to be celebrating 30 wild years. If you had to pick somewhere to eat, you couldn't beat this.
It's Tracy Tree here. Do you love the Rainforest Cafe? Come back and celebrate your birthday or any special event with us. With our great food, service, and atmosphere, you will feel like the king or queen of the jungle.
For those who've never been to one, Rainforest Cafe is definitely a wild way to eat. This location is filled with different animatronic animals, and it's like you're eating in the middle of the rainforest. You've got jaguars, you've got snakes, you've got gorillas. There is a family of tigers watching on as you chow down on your steak or pasta. There's a herd of elephants making their way through. There is all manner of different animals, and they all come to life at different times and make noises. All of this underneath a beautiful rainforest sky. But, as it is the rainforest, every 30 minutes or so, a storm rolls in, so take cover. It is certainly an adventurous way to have a meal. But if you're looking for something a little more low-key, I would suggest the good old laid-back classic, Margaritaville. This is all, of course, based on the amazing masterpieces of Mr. Jimmy Buffett, and there are references to his music all over the store and all throughout the menu. Now, his chill, laid-back beach style may seem a little weird in the middle of a mall, but somehow it just works out and gives you a nice, relaxing place to take a break in the middle of your day. There's plenty of other restaurants here as well, such as Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. This is based off of Forrest Gump and is supposed to be the company that Forrest and Bubba happened to form together. Here you can find out all the different ways that you can make shrimp. Or you can go a completely different direction and have a throwback to that 1950s diner type feel and grab yourself a burger over at Johnny Rockets. There is no end to the variety of food available at this mall. And then when you're ready for dessert, you can stop by the famous Carlos Bake Shop. They have one here. Or even Appa Sweets, where they make characters out of the cotton candy. This one is a place I've never seen before. This supposedly has the very best cream puffs in the entire world. It is called Beard Papa and is very popular overseas in the Asia region, but man, they were definitely delicious. Walking through the halls, we ran across this place called Kappa Toys. Just from looking through the window, it looks like they've got a giant Totoro, a huge robot, an animatronic deer. That was enough for me. I'm sold. Let's check it out. Toys R Us was great for the nostalgia factor, but here you're gonna find toys that are probably a little more modern. These are things that appeal, I think, a little more to the older crowd as well. There's definitely collectibles and things like that, but lots of just fun toys as well. I mean, you can't beat an animatronic deer just hanging out in the front, right? We got this giant Pikachu here, which, I mean, they've already got me sold. A huge robot, and at the base of the robot, you can buy little robots that you take home and build yourself. I think that's pretty awesome. I don't know what this little guy is, but I really liked him, so here he is. And then some lava lamps. You know, I never really owned a lava lamp. Seems like something that everyone should own at least once in their life. Plenty of Santas here, all in different colors for some reason. Maybe they're like the Power Rangers of Santas. They have some hand chairs, which, I mean, before this, if you asked me where you buy these, I'd have no idea. I liked this guy here, kind of reminds me of the little Dallas. And then we had these monster plushies, which I think are very cute, but especially this giant one here. And it turns out these monsters all go to a good cause. All the proceeds actually help to save the environment. So look at that, even monsters helping to save the world. If for some reason you decided while you were at the mall you needed a kilt, well, guess what? They've even got you covered with that. Then we had a great Minnesota-specific store. Inside, tons of souvenirs and goodies, all themed to Minnesota. So you can grab stuff here and let everyone know you visited this state. And as we were walking through, I saw this very friendly face here and knew this had to be the next store that we stopped inside. And now a store dedicated to Japanese culture. I love the way a lot of Japanese products are packaged up. They always look so fun and colorful, even if it's just cleaning supplies. But here you can get those. You can get tons of different noodle snacks. Like this is ramen on the go times 100. Lots of choices there. Then, like we saw with the big Luffy statue, lots of anime statues here. I don't know how you get this out of the store, but sure, why not? And then you can't go anywhere in Japan without running into gacha machines, and that is true here as well. My entire life, I've always been a huge Nintendo fan, and part of that is, of course, Pokemon. Now, these walls here represent something very popular in Japan. They love the random little toys. There are stores in Japan that are filled with nothing but these machines. So they have a small block of them they've brought here, and when I saw a Pokemon one, I knew I had to give it a shot. So we've exchanged our money for some coins, got some tokens. Let's see what we get. Hopefully it's somebody good, but you know, every Pokemon's a good one, right? Oh, it's not liking my tokens. There we go. All right, one more. All right, let's see what we get. We're gonna turn it. Okay. Got a nice little Pokeball here. Let me see, do I have something to open it? Yeah, I'll use my pen. Break through the seal here. And let's find out which Pokemon I'm taking home with me. All right, looks like we got Sylveon, the fairy evolution of Eevee. Not bad. And they had to have a great selection of different plushies. Definitely would love that Yoshi plushie there. Or maybe even taking home a little cute version of Kirby. Whatever you pick, you can't go wrong. Of course, the mall is all about consumerism and spending money, But I like to think that here at the Mall of America, they're also all about fun and entertainment and just enjoying yourself. Absolutely a beautiful place to spend a day. You know, I always thought shop till you drop was a euphemism and not a real thing. But after today, I 100% believe it. Well, that's all the time we have for today. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button, comment below where you think we should go next, and subscribe so you can join us on all of our future adventures. And if you'd like to give us a little extra support, you can also check out our Patreon link down below. You can join up and get a lot of really cool stuff, such as a postcard every single month from somewhere we've been. Again, it really helps us out, and we could use all the help we can get right now. My name is David, and this has been Abnormal Voyages. Thanks for tagging along. We'll see you in the next one.